Afternoon Karak with Aisha Al-Mazmi and Mikhail Atiyah
on Pulse 95.
Since becoming a presenter, a lot of people have asked me, Aisha, what do you exactly do to maintain your voice? I mean, I do speak for an entire hour, more or less, with Mikhail Atiyah, my co-host, who isn't with us today. Wish him well and hope he's, having just a well-deserved break right now. And I also speak during the news. So obviously I'm using my voice a lot and I'm a chatterbox. So I should be doing something to maintain my voice. And I usually say, I really don't know. I haven't found anything in particular that can help me maintain it. But today I learned that there's one thing I should not be having before recording the news or before going on air. And that is a ginger juice. Anything that has just pure ginger, I should stay clear away from. I should probably drink it the day before because my throat has been kind of burning for the past half an hour and it's all my fault for drinking it. The thing is, I've been going through this phase where I'm like, I just really, really, really want snacks. Just going crazy with snacks. So I made the mistake of going online and going to a grocery application that is Kipson's, and also went on to the co-op and went to Carrefour and just started buying random things. I got some berries. I even got some kiwi berries. I've never heard of a kiwi berry in my life. Got some pumpkins because I was like, it's autumn, it's fall. Even though we can't feel it here, it definitely is fall. So I need to make some pumpkin pie fillings. And during that entire, I don't really call it this snack frenzy. I came across that pressed ginger juice and I was like, yeah, I want a couple of those, knowing well that it's gonna be just pure concentrated ginger and it's just gonna burn my throat. But I got it anyway. Had some yesterday with some spicy food. Bad idea. And I just had some right before coming on air. And yeah, I'm kind of suffering a little bit from the consequences of having pressed ginger juice right before talking for the next hour. Welcome to the Afternoon Karak. And as I told you guys, I'm running solo today, but that's okay. The fun still continues right here on Pulse 95. So stay tuned. We've got a ton of stories. The text lines are up 4215. It's a lot or do. So make sure you're texting in, because I'm alone a little bit. I'm feeling lonely. So come and chat with me. Join us on YouTube. We are live right now across all channels. If you're tuning in, you can tune in obviously through 95.0, or you can download the Sharjah Broadcasting Authority application and tune in live. We're going to be taking a short break. I've got a ton of new music. We need to celebrate, keep the whole vibes going on. We've only 2 days away from the end of September. The year is passing by way too fast. We're going to stop using this bet until next year, most likely, or until December. So until then, let's keep the vibes and the fun going on right here on Pulse 95.
Pulse 95.
Netflix is on a roll and they don't seem to be stopping at any time soon because they have signed and landed Chris Hemsworth, Miles Teller, and Journey Smollett to star in a new movie called Spiderhead. Now, Spiderhead, at first, when I first read that, I was like, are they talking about a Marvel movie? I know I associate spiders too much with Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse and whatnot, but no. The film is set in the near future, so I'm getting some sci-fi vibes from this, when convicts are offered the chance to volunteer as medical subjects in hopes of shortening their sentences. The focus is on 2 subjects or 2 prisoners who will become the test patients for emotion-altering drugs that force the prisoners to grapple with their past in a facility run by a brilliant visionary who supervises the program. Right from the get-go, I'm getting a lot of different various vibes from it. So obviously I feel like there's going to be some action in it. Chris Hemsworth has been going towards that direction, especially with his movie Extraction, which is in a way his way of steering clear out of Marvel. Yes, Marvel cemented him as who he is as Chris Hemsworth, just put him on that podium. But now he's delving into all sorts and all kinds of projects, and Netflix seems to be, not getting enough of him, and I don't blame them. I would watch anything by Chris Hemsworth, even if it was an advertisement, and I have watched several advertisements by Chris Hemsworth. I mean, they're very good, and he is hilarious, so why not? But this also kind of giving me the vibes of that movie. I'm trying to remember the name. I remember kind of recommending it to Umnia Saleh and Sema a couple of months ago during peak quarantine, peak social distancing times. It was a sort of a creepy movie about prisoners as well, had some sort of caste system, and it's just very creepy and whatnot. And I'm again getting a lot of sci-fi vibes, futuristic, and it's also giving me sort of like the whole superpower vibes as well. Yes, I know. Just because it has altering drugs that mess around with you doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna get superpowers, but it's just associated with it. If you think about the serum from Captain America, that's just automatically my mind goes like, yes, superpowers. Especially also since Netflix released a movie not too long ago that kind of had a sort of the same storyline about using drugs and whatnot, or taking some sort of pill that enhances your ability. But I find it very interesting that this one kind of, I believe, puts them through some sort of psychological trauma, maybe, because it alters their past or makes them face their past. This is super, super vague. And this is an adaptation of a short story. So perhaps I should go and look that up. Maybe find the story as well, especially since, again, another reminder, guys. September is Read a New Book Day. So this could be the book or the story that I would read for September. You're telling me it's the 28th of September, Aisha. What are you saying? That is okay, guys. It's still September. As long as it's September, whether it's September 30th, even if it's at 11:59 p.m., you decide to pick up the book, it still means that you're going ahead with the challenge. As for when this movie is coming out, we have no idea. This was an exclusive from Deadline over the weekend, but I'm super excited to see Chris Hemsworth. Also, Journey Smollett, who is the main character or part of the main cast from Lovecraft County, which we spoke about a while back. The show is ongoing right now, but Mikhail and I did promise that when it's done, when it's ended, we're gonna watch it and we're gonna review it and probably maybe recommend it because it's been getting a lot of good reviews. So until then, we're gonna keep you guys updated. We're gonna be taking a short break, and again, with the new songs and some new vibes, we've got Taylor Swift, Exile. I know a lot of people have not gotten over her latest album. I'm kind of feeling the vibes, but not yet. But since it's fall, since it's autumn over here across the entire world, or at least the northern hemisphere, I think it's a perfect sort of song to put us into the mood. We're going to be taking a short break, and I'll be back with a rumor. So stay tuned for that.
Speculation, gossip, or hoax. Rumor has it.
Today, we're not going to be talking about Marvel. This is not a Marvel rumor, but rather a DCEU rumor. So it is a drastic change, and perhaps a drastic change to the DCEU, because according to this rumor, Ben Affleck might reconsider putting on the cape of the great vigilante that is Batman if he can get some say in the next movie. Now, here's the thing. A long time ago, well, it feels like a long time ago, but it wasn't that long ago. I mean, blame the pandemic for that. But Ben Affleck stepped down from the role of Batman after only, 3 movies. So he barely had a chance to delve further into the character, especially considering that Warner Brothers was planning to obviously create a whole cinematic universe for the DC world. So it was very strange, but apparently he did that because of his own well-being and, of course, the very, very bad reception he got and a lot of people got towards the Justice League movie and, of course, Batman versus Superman. And so, as for that reason, he decided that for his own well-being, he decided he's going to put down the cape and move away from the role. And who's to blame him? He has to put his mental well-being first before any role, especially something as big as Batman. So apparently there are rumors that he might actually reconsider taking on the role one more time if he can have some say in the next movie, which he hopes could be some sort of prequel where it is before Batman versus Superman. In a way, he's, according to those rumors, of course, and those sources, in a way he wants it to be like kind of step down or step away from the shackles of the movie and kind of have its own, not I want to say universe, but it probably gives some sort of backstory or give him an opportunity to delve further into the character, because like we said, he barely had the chance to do so. And a lot of people were saying that Batman versus Superman was kind of lacking. So as a response, this is his idea. He wants to create something that, would give that character a bit of breathing space, an opportunity to shine through. Now, we're not too sure about what else he has in mind besides this movie, but he probably wants it on HBO Max rather than airing or going towards the big screen or on cinema. So this is very interesting. Like, he would rather it go to HBO Max, according to those rumors, rather than go towards, the big screen, have a whole premiere and whatnot. Like, the pandemic aside, if this actually happens, this might come out in 2022, 2023. So hopefully by then, everything has kind of settled down, inshallah. So they do have the time or the opportunity for this to go on the big screen. But it just shows you that Ben Affleck probably gave up completely on Warner Brothers, or just does not want to be associated that much with the DCEU, wants to have some sort of standalone movie, give his version of Batman another chance, especially maybe taking lead after the Snyder Cut of Justice League, and seeing how HBO deals very well with their DC content, so you probably trust them much more than just allowing Warner Brothers or somebody else take over. I find this rumor viable. I mean, maybe he had time for it to marinate in his head and think, yeah, perhaps this is a good idea. This is the direction that I want to go towards. So I feel that I say it's a 50-50 chance, maybe a bit above that, maybe at 65%. I can definitely see this happening, especially since there are rumors that even Henry Cavill might actually join and come back as Superman, especially after that campaign to bring him back. Maybe some people on Twitter should start a campaign for Ben Affleck and get Ben Affleck back on the big screen, or at least on HBO Max once again. Guys, what do you think? Do you believe this is a viable rumor? Do you think that this could be true? Text me 4215 Salat, or do join the conversation. Would love to hear from you. Slide into our DMs at Pulse95 Radio on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Tweet us, comment, and tell me, what do you think about this rumor? Coming up next is Zayn's new single, Better, that came out over the weekend. And boy, is it better than his past singles. I'm sorry to all Zayn fans, but this is sort of my new jam, and hope you guys are also jamming to it as well right here on Pulse 95.
This is Pulse 95.
Have you guys been chosen as the imposter in Among Us? Because I think that they know something for some reason. I've only been an imposter twice, and I've probably played around 15 times, which is upsetting because I sometimes want to sabotage and maybe, wreak some havoc across the spaceship among my crewmates, but for some reason the algorithm, whatever it is, just rarely, if ever, chooses me. Even when we pick 2 imposters or 3 imposters, it's never, ever me. I'm always a crewmate. And unfortunately, sometime halfway through the game, I get disconnected. So this could be one of the things that developer Inner Sloth can focus on, especially after announcing that they have canceled Among Us 2, which I believe is a great idea. Just because the game gained popularity in the past 30, 20 days, and the memes are everywhere and whatnot, I believe that they should be focusing on the game right now. first of all, work on this connectivity issues on iOS and an Android, because I am tired of getting disconnected. At Inner Sloth, if you're listening in, please, I beg you, figure something out. I really want to play this game properly. So, of course, like I said, because of Twitch and basically just all of social media, people talking about the game, it has gained a lot of popularity. It is the third most played game on Steam. I mean, why not? It's a lot of fun, and it's for $4.99, which is around 15 dirhams. So it's not that much. Thank you to Hani for telling me that it is in fact 15 dirhams. And yeah, it has a lot of popularity, but we all know what happens when you have this sort of game that is super popular. But then if you do not work on it, then you don't add on to it and make it super interesting, people will lose, and it's gonna, the whole popularity that made it go up and so high so quickly is gonna just fall down so as quickly as it rose up. So there are so many ideas they can adapt. I mean, just like we have we're talking about Battle Royale, which is not the same as Imposter, but they can take some sort of inspiration from them. They can have seasons, they can change up the areas, they can change the crewmates, add some extra stuff, make it some sort of, have maybe even some, what do you call them? Trying to remember them. The competitions, the online competitions across people. Make it a competitive sport. Maybe they have so many ideas they can take advantage of. So instead of trying to work on a second part when the first one is somewhat underdeveloped and it's still too new. I know that it came out all the way back in 2018, but again, this just gained popularity in less than 30 days. So they have a lot of opportunities and a lot of things to think about and do. What do you guys think? Are you interested in Among Us? And should they be working on Among Us 2, or should they be working on whatever game they have right now and work on enhancing it? And also, please, for the love of God, work on the connectivity issues. This girl wants to become the imposter. I want to sabotage. I want to just create chaos among my crewmates. So the only way I can do that is if my game does not disconnect 10 minutes in every time I play. If you guys have any solutions for me to fix this as well as in my internet, is it the game itself? Please hit me up 4215 Salat or do and tell me all about it. I'm going to be taking a short break and we have more songs. We have a throwback. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. From me to you, our lovely listeners. So stay tuned.
If you liked this episode of Afternoon Karak, drop a like and subscribe.
Pulse 95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.